What is the probability distribution and how to create histogram based upon the distribution variable? So probability distribution and a discrete random variable I'm going to discuss in this lecture. Discrete random variable. A discrete probability distribution is a list of all possible values of discrete random variable along with their corresponding probabilities, like we can say chances of the occurrence. So it is represented in tabular or graphical, which is also known as histogram, or sometime in a formula form. Now there are some steps in getting the probability of each value of the random variable. So what are those steps? The first is assign letter that will represent the each outcome. So maybe X, and determine the sample space that is the possible outcome. Then count the number of the value of the random variable. The last will be given the total possible values of the random variable and assign the probability values to each value of the random variable. Now I'm just going to explain this with one example. This example will show that we can assume that there are three coins are tossed, and let X be a random variable representing a number of heads. Now we will construct the probability distribution and draw the histogram. So what I'm going to do in this case, I will be using Microsoft Excel to make it available and visible to you. Okay, so this will be the outcome or output of that example. Now go to Microsoft Excel and we will see that, yeah, so this is the Microsoft Excel in which we are going to solve this query. Suppose three coins are tossed. Let X be a random variable representing the number of heads, and construct the possibility or probability distribution and draw the histogram. So possible outcomes we have, for example, three coins are tossed. So one time the coin is tossed, there may be head. The possibility is there will be head. Then in the second time there may be tail, and third time there may be tail. Next possibility may be head and tail, and that sometimes the possibility will be head and three times head. Or you can say that can be, you can say head, tail and head sometime. Sometime it can head, tail and head, then head and head. Next probability will be there that the tail head, tail head, then tail head tail, then tail. So these are the possible outcomes. If we talk about the number of heads only, right? So here just we will count the number of heads. So heads here is the one, and in this case there are two heads. In this case two, in this case three, then again two, and in this case one. Sorry, it's two, then one, and there is no head, zero. So these are the value of a random variable that we can run. These are the values, but this is not a probability. So on the basis of all these values that we will write some probabilities. So here in this case this will be 0, and there are heads, only one head will be there. In this case again there is only one head. Yes, so we have all these value of random variable ready. So now I'm just writing here the probability distribution, how to create it. Okay, so now I'm just going to create a probability distribution. So I'm just writing, for example, number of heads. So number of heads, let's say sometime, what are the number of heads? You can say that will represent as a x, and here I'll write the probability of x, right? So here if we talk about x, so uh, 0, right? So here we can say the x is head, outcome should be head, so maybe 0 possibilities. Then we can see two possibilities are there, 0, then actually 1, and then 2 and 3. So it means um, what are the possibilities that we can have 0 head? So 0 head possibility is this much. It means we have one possibility. So we can write a 1 uh, divide by 8. So how the 8 has come? So 8 is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So possible outcomes, these are the 8 outcomes are there. From the 8 outcome, there is the one possibility that no head will come, means 0 head will come. And second, from the 8 outcome, there is a one possibility, right? That what it can come. So number of heads can come one time. So one time, like only one head can come, 1, 2, and 3. So there is a possibility that 3 heads can come out of total 8 possible outcome. So what I can do, I just change this one to little bit here in this way. I'm using here text. Yeah, to I just want to show you like what are the possibilities. So in this case, that will be 3 divided by 8. Right, so this is the possibility that we have in this case. Next we have 2, so it means the number of heads. So number of head is 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and here 1 and 2. So two heads and two heads, 1, 2, and 3. It means there is a possibility that 3 time again that heads can come in a 2 time out of 3. So in this case, so what I'm going to write here, so 2 means 2 heads, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. So 3 divided by 8 means 3 out of 8. Next we have 3, so it means all 3 heads will come. What is the probability in this case? Probability distribution, all 3 heads. So all 3 heads can come, like, so all 3 heads are here. This can come only one time. So 1 divided by 8. So this is what we have done. So we have just here probability of x. If we want to show in a graphical way, so how we can do that? So first of all, I'm making a border of this. Now these are the text figures that we have. If I want to convert to numerical figures, and there is the possibility and how we can do that. So so first of all, what I do, so we have 1 divided by 8. So what is 1 divided by 8? So if I write here is equal to 1, then we have 8 in numbers. So let's say we can convert this in numbers. So right click, format cell, numbers, 0 decimal places, or we can have by default. Let's see, here I write 1 divided by 8, then we have 3 by 8, again I have a 3 by 8, then 1 by 8. So what I want this one here um, can be used in this column. So copy and paste. If I do copy and paste, so I can do like this, right? So I delete this, then we have this information ready. So if I select all these, then I go to insert recommended chart. So we have this chart available. If I click on this and press OK, so what I find the histogram, which is also known as graphics. So look at this little bit. Plus sign, x-axis, right? So if I just want a data label, so data labels can come. If I want a chart titles can come and go if I select it. If I want x-axis, that can come and go, right? But if I want to show all these, so what I can do here is this is what we have. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. Actually this is known as x, and x is what? X is the number of heads. So in this case we can write number of heads. So these are the variable, and here we can write here the probabilities, which is known as uh, px, that is the probability. So this is the way to create the probability distribution and histogram. So we can change this heading as well. So this is histogram.